Hello to Geoff Ulrich, everybody. He's here to give us his 2 cents on the top options in DFS and on the DK Sportsbook for tonight's NHL slate. So let's just do it. Starting at center, Mike's advantage at 8,100, Sidney Crosby 7,500, two of the highest priced centers on the board. Okay, no surprise there. Both coming off games where they definitely did not meet value, though. So scoring under 10 fantasy points. Now, which one do you like to actually bounce back here, Geoff?
Yeah, it's definitely Crosby. Mika Zibanejad, obviously a bit of a slow night for us last night. The Rangers did kind of get beat, I should say, by the Penguins. But, they have the tougher matchup here against the Islanders. Islanders still a very strong defensive team. And, realistically, Crosby coming in, averaging 1.5 points over his last 10 games. He's looked really good. He's shooting the puck a little bit more as well. This is really all about matchup, though. I mean, the Devils they're such a good matchup for your fantasy studs, for really all the forwards and power play. Whichever team they're going up against. The worst penalty kill in the league. They allow the 5th most shots against in the league as well. So this is a team that's just ripe right now. Obviously trading away one of their best forwards. And Crosby, I mean, we're getting a $600 price difference here. It's not like these are two similarly priced players. For even GPPs, like it's hard to make the argument to go up to Zibanejad here. So I definitely like targeting Crosby as your center. But I don't mind going back to our guy from last night either, Matthew Barzal at 6,800. The Rangers have been allowing more shots on goal as well. So realistically, I like going down to that tier under Mika Zibanejad, starting with Crosby, but Barzal would probably be the guy I would pivot to for GPPs.
All right, over on the wing, the Rangers' Artemi Panarin had scored 23 plus fantasy points in 4 straight games. Now that's good, but he only managed 1.5 fantasy points last night against the Penguins. The Rangers taking on the Islanders tonight. Are you banking on Panarin rebounding, or is there like another forward option that you have your eye on?
Yeah, again, I mean, this one, I don't mind skipping out on the Rangers side against the Islanders. Maybe that's a mistake. Their offense has been good at just sort of scoring against everyone, but I don't really feel the need to roster the Rangers when we have a team like Vegas on the slate. Like, we're getting Max Pacioretty at $500 less than Panarin here. Pacioretty has the better matchup again. I mean, Arizona, they've been winning some games, but they're really not a bad target for fantasy purposes. They allow a ton of scoring chances. They're 21st in scoring chances allowed. Shots on goal, they're up there as well. They allow the 10th most in the league. So Pacioretty, a high volume guy, I would probably pivot down to him, especially for cash games. But I even think there's a better target on the Golden Knights today. I mean, Jonathan Marchessault comes in averaging 4.2 shots on goal over his last 10 games, 8 shots on goal over in his last outing. He's only 5,600. He gets power play 1 exposure as well with Pacioretty. So I think there's 2 guys on Vegas you can be targeting here over a guy like Panarin, who, again, if you want to stack the Rangers and get a little bit of exposure to them in like GPPs or something, but for a core lineup, I would much rather target that value with a guy like Marchessault, or even just pay up for Pacioretty, because the matchup for Vegas is just, quite frankly, it's just way better.
All right, on defense, Cale Makar's alma mater is heading to the national finals. UMass meet Minnesota Duluth last night in the Frozen Four. So Makar is going to look to celebrate, obviously, tonight by going for his 4th straight game of double-digit fantasy points when the Avs take on the Ducks. He's 5,700 tonight. Do you like his chances to put up some points, or are you going to look somewhere else?
I mean, look, there's a ton of great matchups on the board tonight. I mean, we already talked about Pittsburgh versus the Devils. You've got Vegas going up against Arizona, but I mean, Colorado against Anaheim, right? I mean, you can target all of these offenses. So I don't want to say there's no wrong answer here, but Makar at 5,700, I mean, he really does look like, the cheapest guy you want to get exposure to. I mean, I like Alex Pietrangelo going up against Arizona, Letang going up against New Jersey. You can pair him with Sidney Crosby, but Makar at 5,700, he's cheaper than both those guys. And I mean, it's the Ducks. I mean, they're a bottom 10 team in terms of all these advanced stats as well. So definitely stands out most to me from just a pure sort of value perspective at under 6K, definitely getting a little bit underrated there. I don't mind going cheap, though, on defense with all these good matchups as well. You can think about a guy like Dmitry Orlov or Justin Schultz on Washington going up against Buffalo. So, if you are only looking up to pay up for one stud, Makar is going to give you the best sort of bang for your buck. But I don't even mind taking 2 of these studs tonight. I think Alex Pietrangelo against Arizona is in a great spot. He's getting power play 1 exposure as well now. So I would rank him, probably just behind Makar. So, again, looking for 2 of those studs at the top of defense tonight with all the great matchups on board, probably a good idea.
All right, switch it over to the DK Sportsbook as we like to do, Geoff. What's your favorite puck line or money line bet on the board?
Yeah, so for tonight, I don't mind looking at the puck line tonight. I mean, the Pittsburgh Penguins, again, going up against the New Jersey Devils here. The Penguins have played really good. I mean, they've won 6 of the last 8 games. Their offense is really rolling. They're averaging 4.5 goals over the last 8 games as well. I mean, you got Crosby going. You've got Jared McCann playing second-line center, filling in nicely. And you've got the Devils, who just traded away one of their best players. I guess the Devils are coming in off a win over Buffalo, if that counts for anything. I'm just not really sure why the Penguins aren't favored more here. I don't mind targeting them on the puck line here to cover the minus 1.5. You're getting plus 135 on the DraftKings Sportsbook as we're talking right now. So you're getting good plus odds here. It really almost feels like a spot where the Penguins should be, more closer to even money, if not right at even money. So even the money line for the Penguins at minus 182, I think offers you a little bit of value. So, the Penguins definitely my top choice. I would be remiss not to mention the Kings because I always bring them up. They're going up against the Sharks. They're plus 112 as well. They always let me down, but those are pretty good odds as well. 2 teams, I just feel like there's not much difference in them. So whenever you see a team at plus money, when the Kings and the Sharks go together, I always side with the team with the better odds.
Okay, Geoff, how about just like your favorite NHL bet of the night? Give it to us.
Okay. It's the unicorn bet of the day. Jonathan Marchessault. Over 2.5 shots on goal. We're going to keep this shots on goal prop going. We hit Barzell easily. Jonathan Marchessault averaging 4.2 shots on goal over his last 10 games. Take the over on the 2.5 shots on goal tonight against the Coyotes. They allow a ton of shots on net as well. So give me a big night for Jonathan Marchessault, just all around.